I'm Bernard Perron. I'm a full professor of film and game studies at the University of Montreal. Horror as an emotion is very unpleasant. Let's just think about any terrorist attack. It's horrifying. You cannot do anything. You're stuck with that. You're frozen in place, and it's not a great emotion, and we don't want to leave that. I don't want to be horrified. I want to be scared. The good thing with fear is it's focused on the future. There's a danger, there's a threat on you. There's something, you're afraid of something, you're afraid of doing something. Terror is about the unseen, the underdeterminate, something that is suspected but you don't see. It's around and it's not there.
Fear is a very natural process that allows us to detect threats and hopefully properly react to threats. So we have a deep brain structure called the amygdala, which is located in the limbic system, which is sort of the emotional brain, sort of the more primitive part of our brain. And the amygdala constantly monitors input from our senses, from our thoughts, from our memories, and whenever it detects a threat, it fires up the brain and the body in what we call a fight or flight response, where basically you either fight the threat or run away. It talks to the control center of our brain called the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus then sends a signal down the body to our adrenal glands, secretes adrenaline, epinephrine, and that will bring about a whole different changes in the body, things like increased heart rate, increased respiratory rate, sweating, anything that would be of use if you were to fight a threat.
With video games, the simulation bring me to get in. It's a rush. There's something that, that's very intense. And then since we're in the bounded experience of fear that we know that we are not in danger, I can live this negative emotion as a positive emotion. It's fun to be scared.
I think people love to play horror games because the fear is creating a really primitive emotion. I think people, whether it's horror games or horror movies, they like being scared because it makes them feel alive.
I think video games have the potential to be much scarier than movies and books. With immersion, you can trigger the fear response system. So if you trick your brain into believing that there's some sort of threat, you will have the physiological fear response while you play a video game. And this can be enhanced by good storytelling, atmosphere, gameplay, interaction, sounds, music, graphics. Being afraid of things is one thing, but having pleasure from it is another thing. So if you have a sense of mastery or control over the fear, that can bring a sense of well-being, pleasure that could be quite fun.
Of society. Thank you for volunteering for the therapy.
With Outlast, for me, I'm teaching that and I'm studying that. They can go as far as they want because I know this is, they want us to be horrified, they want us to be scared, they want us to be terrified. And then you have all that in Outlast. You're gonna have the horror of the torture, you're gonna have the fear of knowing that, the patient's gonna get on you, and you get the terror of not knowing what's in front of you, what you're gonna get in front of you.